to ARC Tutorials. This is Testing Concept Series, and in today's episode we are going to learn about sanity testing. Sanity testing is extremely critical, especially from a QA point of view, as they are heavily involved in this particular activity. But like I said, all these concepts are equally important for both QA teams as well as developers. This is part 20 of the Testing Concept Series. This is the complete index and the playlist. If you have missed out on any of the concepts that I've covered earlier, make sure you check out the playlist. The playlist link is in the description box below, and make sure that you have covered all the concepts and you have continuity in your learning. Today is episode number 20th, and we are learning about sanity testing. Alright, so what is sanity testing? Sanity testing is a type of software testing that is performed to verify a small change or modification in the code or functionality of the application, and it has not adversely affect the rest of the application. So basically think of it this way. You do a quick sanity check. Sanity check is, in general, sanity means quick check, right? Of hygiene and cleanliness. So in terms of application, software, agile, what we mean is that we will run a certain tests quickly on the application to check that that particular the core functionality has not changed, and that is why it's extremely important. Let's say there are 10 developers, each one is working and making changes on some core functionality. QA team, when they say they are doing a quick sanity check, all they mean is that they are verifying that the core functionality is not broken because of the new changes that are pushed. Sanity testing is usually performed after a small change or bug fix that has been made to the software. It's a fast and lightweight testing technique that is used to confirm the basic functionality of the software is still working as expected. Sanity testing has a very limited scope and only focuses on few happy paths and makes sure that the core functionality is good. Now, what are some of the sanity testing tools that are used? Right now, again, in this particular testing, there is an exception. You would see manual testing, right? Uh, so since it's a small, quick test, most of the times our QA team will involve in a manual check with respect to sanity testing. Again, it will vary from enterprise to enterprise or client to client, but mostly sanity checks are a quick manual checks done by QA teams. There are also some automated test tools that can be used. Let's say you have an automation test suite which does end-to-end testing of your core functionality. You can run them as well. Now, some of the popular frameworks that are used for testing are JUnit, NUnit, PyUnit, or you can even employ the end-to-end test scripts using Cypress or BDD tests, Gherkin-based frameworks like Cucumber or Selenium. We manage all those outcomes via test management tools, like you can use TestLink, Zypher, TestRail, etc. To track, to update, and to manage all the QA activities, QA teams will use tools like Jira, Bugzilla, Mantis, or Confluence. Those are some of the common and popular tools that are out there, which a lot of enterprises use. Uh, it may vary from one client to another, but do let me know if you work with any other tool. I'll get to know about it in the comments section. All right, why is sanity testing important? It's an extremely important because really quick, without running the entire test suite, you can identify any major issues or regressions that are there in your system even before you start extensive testing. And that's the biggest advantage, or that's the biggest reasoning why we conduct sanity testing. It's a quick and basic test and it will tell us whether it's working or not, right? Yes or no. If it's a yes, if it's everything is working as expected, then the QA teams will plan to proceed with their extensive testing. If not, then the build comes back to developer and they fix the issues. What are some of the advantages? There are several advantages. For one, it is quick and efficient way, right? It's not at all time consuming. That a couple of hours a QA team will put in and they'll come back and say, hey, sanity testing is done, looks good or not good. This really helps us catch major issues or regressions early on, right? Even you don't have to spend like 40 hours of testing and then know about the issues. You can spend a couple of hours and then you know that whether the core functionality itself is working or not. Saves a lot of time for both QA and development team, right? And once the defect is identified, the development team will start fixing them. Also make sure that the build is stable and is ready for further testing. That's the stamp that sanity testing and the QA team will provide. Once you know that the core functionality is working, it gives a lot of confidence to the development team about the stability and quality of the system. Let's talk some of the disadvantages, right? Again, it's not a comprehensive test at first place because you're running only a limited set of test cases or test suite. It may not be sufficient to cover all regressions all the time for every build, right? It's too costly. And again, the QA team will only test the basics or the core functionality and not the overall. So though the sanity test may pass, you might end up discovering a lot of defects because of those issues that were introduced. Um, and you need to make sure that the latest features or functionality that was rolled is not causing us widespread throughout application issues. We may not be able to ensure that the system is ready for real deployment just by sanity testing. It's a part of testing, but it will not ever certify that yes, the build is good, let's go ahead with deployment. So that will never happen. Also, once you know that something is not working in sanity testing, we really don't know the root cause really looking at the report. Rather, the development team, QA team has to dig down into the logs, find out the root causes through various logs, warnings, errors, etc. So that's all sanity test is about. So in short, I can tell you that it's a real quick check of your application whether you should proceed with testing or not. That's the simplest thing that sanity testing will help us provide with. That's the concept that you should be aware of. Again, each of these concepts are a ocean in them their own way, but as part of concepts that we are learning, that's all you should know, the tools you should know, advantages and disadvantages. Thank you so much for joining in this episode. I will see you in the next episode. We will cover database testing, extremely important again concept. If you like my work and tutorials, please do consider buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/arctutorials. Thank you so much for joining. See you in the next episode.